Okay, welcome to Grue, and thank you both so much for coming on and doing this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having
Thank you
us.
for having us.
Definitely. So, like the first thing I want to start asking you, usually I ask the typical question that gets asked all the time is like what drew you both to want to act?
Great
That is a
question.
great question. Well, should we introduce ourselves first? Should we
Oh
say
yeah, sure.
hello, my name is Leah Voysey. You may know me as the Clown Cafe singer from Terrifier 2, and I am one of the co-owners of Late Bloomer Pictures, a queer run production company.
Yes. Hi, I'm Marisa Bertani. I am the co-founder along with Leah of Lake Bloomer Pictures. And you do not know me as the Clown Cafe actor. Um,
But you were in Terrifier too.
I was. You may recognize me if I have long hair as the featured news anchor in
Mhm.
Terrifier 2.
Yes, and
So,
yeah, acting.
so yeah, like what drew you both to want to be in this this great world of acting?
Do you want to go first or do you want me to?
I can go first. Yeah, I as a child never thought of being an actor, but I was like really shy and withdrawn. So my mom put me in acting classes hoping that it would make me more social, but it like totally completely changed my life and I fell in love with it. And then yeah, right after that first acting class, I think I was in middle school, I knew it was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I loved putting myself in other people's shoes and bringing stories to life and making art, and it never changed. Now, I'm 31 years old and the dream never changed.
Nice.
For me, I kind of always knew I wanted to do acting. I feel like every 11-year-old girl was like obsessed with Disney Channel. So
Oh yeah.
that was kind of where I first like I saw these actors on TV and I'm like, I want to do this so badly. Like I just want to be doing this. And I begged and begged and begged my parents to like let me act. And like I grew up in Altoona, Pennsylvania, which is a small town in the middle of nowhere.
Oh
And
yeah.
there's like
I
no,
definitely know the area.
you what? You know the
I
area?
I know the area. I live in Philadelphia, so it's not
Oh,
that.
No
yeah.
way. You live on the bad part of Pennsylvania. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. West side always. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm closer. We're closer to Pittsburgh, so we have to duke it out at some point because that's what you do, Philly and Pittsburgh.
And then I'm from Jersey, so
Yeah,
I'm
which
like
is
the other enemy.
no hate on Jersey.
Yeah, you guys
That's
join up
where,
against me.
yeah, that's where we team up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there like really wasn't much opportunity around, and I'm one of five kids, so trying to like
Oh, I thought you said you wanted 5 kids. You're one of
one
five
of
kids.
five kids. Yeah, so there's like no opportunity now looking back, there was no opportunity or chance that my parents could like singly like focus on anything for acting with me because I understand how much time it takes to do it. But then finally I joined drama club in high school and I auditioned for Singing in the Rain and I played Lena Lamont.
Nice.
And once I was on stage for the first time and like in the rehearsal process and our first performances, I just like fell in love with it. And I like it was like I'd caught a virus.
Yeah,
Like it
truly.
just I was like, I can't stop. This is amazing. So
I was the same way.
I absolutely loved it and I haven't stopped since. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you you both have great voices. Like you say, you grew up with singing in the rain and singing different plays, and the Clown Cafe song is stuck in my head that I can't get it
Forever.
out. And I know you like your voice is absolutely great because I after I saw that movie, I probably sang that song a week straight.
Thank you.
So like where do you find like your singing voice at? Like how do you both how did you both like get your voice to where it's at now?
Ooh, I mean, yeah, I was in chorus when I was in high school. So, and I started kind of the same with as you, as I think like a lot of actors start with plays because that's sort of what's accessible and easy to do for like middle schools or high school. So yeah, I was doing musicals all the time. I was in choir, so I was like learning how to use my instrument, and it's just something I always kept up with. My dad would always say to me when I was growing up, because I used to draw, he always used to say like, oh, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And he's totally right, because I cannot draw really anymore. And I used to be really good at it. But with singing, it was something I used to have a karaoke machine in the basement of my parents' house. And I would just go into the basement and like for hours on end, I would just be like singing and singing on this karaoke machine, like show tunes, Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, Paramore, like literally anything. And yeah, I was worried as I got older that my voice would get weaker, but it's only gotten stronger with practicing. And I've done original music. I'm currently working on original music. So yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, I'm actually I have a session on Sunday to finish up a song that I've been working on. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, I'm just literally always singing consistently.
Wow.
My voice was the use it or lose it example come to life.
Yeah.
I did like vocal performance in college, and then after that I just like really stopped focusing on singing, so I don't do too much of it anymore. I just sing when I'm anxious now. Like I sing my problems out loud. like why is this happening, and then like that's really all I have. Yeah,
I can vouch for that. She does do that. Yeah.
I miss it. I do miss it though, but you know, I'm self-aware to know.
No, you have a great voice. Don't even start with me.
I can
yeah.
Not like you though, but yeah.
So when you both started to act, like what was the first roles that you both had, as you know, for either film or television?
Ooh. Oh my God, I'm trying to think. So I started out in commercial, like doing a lot of commercial work. So my first like ever on set thing ever was a nursing school commercial, which funnily enough,
we were just talking about this.
I was like, how old was I? I had to have been like 20 at the time. And it's like me like running down the hall with a gurney, like putting my nursing practice to skill or to use. And that was like my first ever time on set. But the first ever like TV film role.
I didn't really have any TV film roles. I feel like Terrifier was my like breakout situation. I mean, I'm still not even in the union. Yeah, but I did a lot of, I'm trying to think of what my first like on set thing would have been. It would have been a student film in college, probably. We used to do these web series in college every year. So we did one where like the pledges for some fraternity were like getting murdered. And I played one of their girlfriends or something like that. I think that might have been the first like film that I was in. But yeah, I've never done any network television, anything like that. Really, like, yeah, Terrifier was just like that lucky situation where this film that had no business being in theaters got a 6-week theater run. Traumatizing America left and right.
I know what mine is. Hinsdale House.
Oh, Hinsdale House. Yeah. Horror film.
It is, but it was a horror film. I don't know. It's
You both started out with horror.
With horror, yeah. My pledge is getting murdered.
Yeah. Yes, that was. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a very interesting movie.
It's a movie,
but it was really exciting to be a part of anything that was being put anywhere, which was really fun.
You know what? I actually do have something on Amazon Prime. I don't remember the name of it, but I was in the cold open of a television show where I was playing the lead's cheating girlfriend. And he kept like every scene he would walk in on me like with another guy in like our bed. And he was like, he broke up with me at the end of it. And then my character back. Yeah, but I don't remember the name of it, and I don't need to advertise it.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have to watch it.
And you both were in Terrifier too. Like when Terrifier 1 was out, it became such a big hit in the horror world. And Art the Clown is like a legend now in horror. And how did you both get involved with Terrifier 2?
The story starts with you. It's a long story.
It is like somewhat of a long, like convoluted.
Yeah, of how we met people on Terrifier and then ended up in it.
Okay, I'll make it short-ish. I'll try. But okay, so essentially I did a short film that was at this like small festival in New York, where the part of the production.
Yeah, like just some people that were involved in production for Terrifier were at said festival.
Thank you for learning that. So I met them, and then we ended up working together on our web series Roommates that Leah and I wrote.
That was the first thing that we produced together.
Yeah, which is on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, it's really fun.
It's called Roommates. If you just like type in one of our names and Roommates, it will come up, and it's so fun. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, I'm very proud. That was like our first ever like toe dip into production.
And it's not on the Late Bloomer Pictures YouTube channel, but it's out there, and it's good. So definitely check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did that with the people from Terrifier.
Yes. And then I ended up doing a Halloween trailer spoof with them, and then Leah, was it just like Roommates?
No, I think it was during Roommates, they were talking about Terrifier, and they were like, oh, have you heard of this movie Terrifier? We worked on the first one. We're like gearing up for casting on the second one, and we were both like, nope, never heard of it. Never heard of it. Because I mean, I love horror. I'm not like, I wouldn't say slasher is like my subgenre of horror, but I do love horror movies. So like, I'd never heard of it. But then like right after that, because like the name was in my head, I don't remember which one of us, but one of us saw it on Actors Access, which is a website that a lot of actors, especially like unrepresented actors, use. One of us saw it. We connected about it and talked about it and said like, oh, we should submit for this. And I originally auditioned for Allie and Brooke, the two best friends, and you originally auditioned for Sienna.
Yeah, I auditioned for Sienna.
And we didn't get those roles. So
no, we got in.
Yeah. I think that's like one of those examples of like who you know, or like knowing people, the connections that you have really helps you, because like knowing those people from production is what got us in the door. And it got us those auditions, and even though we didn't end up booking those, I think I could probably speak for you on this too, but I know when they came back to me to audition for the Clown Cafe host, I was the only person that auditioned for that role. And I bet the same thing is probably true about your role.
I don't know.
That you're the only one that auditioned for it. So yeah, it was like a good way to like get in the door, like, because I think we texted the casting directors and we were like, oh yeah, we submitted for this, like, watch out for us. We're out there. We want to be involved. And it worked out really well for both of us, because they knew I sang, and like you fit that role so well as like the news anchor. Yeah. So yeah, that's how we got involved. Like just because Marisa went to this like film festival that like
I almost didn't.
I told her not to go to. I think I wanted to like go out like drinking or something. I was like, don't go to the festival. Let's go hang. And like I would have ruined my life. None of this would have happened. Say yes to things. Say yes to, we went to a networking event last night. We were both like nervous. It's like hard going to networking events and like talking to other filmmakers and, selling yourself or whatever. But we went to this networking event last night. It was super successful. We met some like great people. So, who knows where that'll lead.
Yeah.
Definitely. And like from Terrifier 2 though, like did you ever think in like your wildest dream that the Clown Cafe host would actually be like on the same level as Art, like with how much the fans love the movie?
Dude, I got so lucky, honestly, I think with that role, especially in terms of like doing conventions and stuff, because my role is significantly smaller than a lot of the other roles, but because it had the song and it was so memorable, it got me so many great opportunities to go to conventions this year. And I signed with an incredible convention manager. And the way that happened actually was he had signed Lauren and Elliot, and he knew that Elliot played guitar. So he was kind of thinking about me, and he was like, oh, if that was actually her singing, I should sign her too, so that like her and Elliot can perform it at conventions, which is like what happened throughout the year. We got to perform at a lot of conventions. But it also showed me how much fans are interested in other aspects of my career and like other work that I'm doing. You know, like so many people would come up and say that they follow my YouTube channel and they watch all of my videos, and that they know Late Bloomer Pictures and they follow us, and they're excited to see, you know, like what we're doing next. So it's like cool to see that Terrifier is like where it's beginning, but it's like absolutely not where it's ending for us. Sure. And it's going to give us so many great opportunities to make a lot of great work just on our own, or, you know, other projects as well. So we're excited for whatever it leads to.
And you mentioned how you like star, write, direct your own show, your own series. And what was writing and directing films something you both always wanted to do? Like what made you go from, you know, I mean, you still act, but like why did you want to write and direct too?
Great question.
That is a great question.
I just felt a need, at least for me with directing. Leah, I don't know. Do you
I don't want to direct. That's a lot of responsibility. I like to be told what to do.
Yeah. I think specifically for directing for me was an opportunity. Like I had done commercials up to that point and just like smaller like short films and things like that, and like all as an actor, and I just had this itch to want to be a part of the creative process a little bit more. And I kept finding myself like being on set, and you know, as an actor you also just have a sense of when they want you to be part of the creative process and when they don't, you know, especially on commercial. They're like, okay, we want you to do this, we already know we want you to do this, like don't do anything crazy, just do what we want you to do so we can get out of here and go home. So it's very like to the point, nothing crazily out of the box there. But I kept finding myself being like, oh, daydreaming like on set, like, oh, wouldn't it be so cool if we like did it this way, like in my head, you know. And I don't know, I just wanted to really create something where I could put my vision in it, you know, as in a bigger way than as an actor, I felt. And when we did Roommates, like we thought of the concept, like for us for writing, we thought of the concept. Leah and I met working at this horrible restaurant
in New York City,
in the financial district.
Oh, really?
Really funny, but like horrible. Like
horrible management. Oh my goodness.
0 out of 10 would recommend. It's like shut down now.
Yeah, we walked. Actually, it was the day. So for our debut short film, When It Pays, the day that we went to pick up the hard drive from our editor, we went to the financial district and we're like, let's go walk by the old restaurant and see if it's still there. And it was closed. And it was just like this, like I don't know, it was like closing the chapter on that of like, we've got our short film, we've got like the next step in our life, and this place where we met, where we like absolutely hated, is gone.
Shut down.
Gone.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Anyways, we started, like, I feel like we disassociated during our time, like our shifts at this job, and we would be like, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be so funny if like you had a roommate that did these things? And it just kind of like snowballed into us dreaming up and workshopping ideas for this web series while we were serving, and like getting in trouble for talking instead of doing our work.
Yeah.
So then we were like, what if I like wrote this down and actually shot it?
Let's do it. Yeah.
And things just really naturally fell into place, and we had a really great opportunity to create it, which, you know, is a hard part of the process, is like getting
actually making it,
and filming it and editing it. And it was, once I did that and was like directing it, and we both acted in it, but I just found myself, as I was acting in it, I really was like, oh, I wish I was just behind the camera. Like, I wish I was just behind the camera watching from like a director standpoint, so I can just be like a little bit more involved. And then when we brought When It Pays to life, Leah wrote the original few drafts of it before I co-wrote it with her in the final few drafts. And I was like, no, I just want to direct this one. Like, Leah, I want
I was
you.
like, I want to
yeah,
star.
I want you to obviously be the main character. And then I just want to direct. And it really scratches an itch. I don't know why. I just love doing it and being a part of the process in such a different way as opposed to an actor.
And I also think that, like, for me, why I wanted to be like, I don't want to be a director, but I love writing and I love like post-production stuff as well. And kind of like really any other role besides like, you know, the director. I would do any sort of behind the scenes role. I think a lot of it for me was I think when you're starting out your career and you're doing these like short films or low pay / no pay projects, there are so many things that like I dedicated my time to. I showed up to set, dedicated my time, didn't make money on it, and those never saw the light of day. They never got finished. They never get finished. They never get seen by festivals. They never get into my reel. So it's like, okay, what was the purpose of that? That I did that, and I just feel like that's so common for a lot of people, like with the follow through. And I think it feels better now. Maybe it's just because I'm like further along in my career that like stuff like that doesn't really happen. But I was sort of like, I see myself in XYZ kind of roles, and that's not what I'm getting. And so if I want to be in this particular role, or I want to see myself in this role, what is stopping me from writing it and creating it and just doing it myself, and just like taking the creativity into your own hands, and being a part of the process from like the start to finish is so fulfilling. Because sometimes as an actor, you know, you only get to experience so much of the creativity because you get to interpret the character and you get to like bring yourself to it or bring whatever you want to it. But in the end, the editor chooses the takes that they use. The director really gets the final say in the way that the character gets interpreted. We really, at the end of the day, are kind of just like puppets. And but if we're also writing and we're directing it and we have all of that creative control, it's just like a much more fulfilling process to do it that way.
Well, you see, this is a great team. Like, you got the person that likes being behind the camera, and the person likes being in front of the camera. So that's
well, yeah, you're definitely going to be in front of the camera sometime. We'll hire a
director. We'll hire a director on that one for sure. Whatever. I don't want to do both.
Especially for roommates, because it wasn't like you were a small role. You were the lead in roommates. So like you were leading it and you were directing it. It's like, that's a lot. But I think for both of us, we can say, you know, we want to work with a lot of other people. And so like, we want to build a team of like other directors and other creatives and meet other actors. And, you know, we don't want it to just be the two of us, you know, always. So it's like, you know, one day Late Bloomer Pictures could hire another director to like, you know, bring something to life, or working on someone else's script. Who knows? Like, I feel like the possibilities are kind of endless, which is fun because we're just in control of it and we can do what we want.
Yeah, definitely. That's like the best part of running your own thing is, you know, you two are the bosses, and you don't have to listen to anyone but you both.
Yeah. And we get to put out into the world like what we want to see.
Exactly.
And I don't think we're the only people that want to see what we want to see. There's like an audience for the kind of work that we're making. So, you know, it's great.
Yeah. And like, when you started late bloomer pictures, how did it all come about? Like, how did you both start the company, and like, how did you both talk about it, start the company, come up with the name?
I remember.
Right, well,
do you remember?
I know why we came up with the name.
Yeah, I know where the name came from.
But I don't remember the first time we really like talked about it.
Well, I remember originally Late Bloomer was, you had an idea for a movie that you wanted to call Late Bloomer.
Yeah.
But then when we sat down and we talked about like what we wanted the company to be, we felt like that script wasn't, because it was a coming out story about someone who like comes out later in their life. And we decided we didn't actually want to tell coming out stories. We wanted to just tell queer stories, like more generally, and not specifically coming out stories. But we were like, it's kind of a great name. So let's just
It
name.
is a great name.
And then I
Yeah,
actually
it's
remember this. We were like sitting and we're like Late Bloomer Productions. Nope, that URL is taken. Late so like we were coming up with all these, and Late Bloomer Pictures specifically was not taken. So we
yeah,
that's
but
what we
I
ended
like
with.
Late Bloomer Pictures.
Me
I think
too.
it's a well, like fully encompassing
Mhm.
name, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Late Bloomer, like the whole thing originated because I didn't realize I was gay until I was like 26 and a half years old. So like a little later.
Never even thought of it. You never even considered it.
I literally was just like so, I don't know what was going on. A lot of like compulsive heterosexuality happening. But yeah, so that was kind of like the catalyst for Late Bloomer, is like originates really from my coming out story, and
yeah.
Oh wow, okay, all right. And you know, the first film from late bloomer pictures is When It Plays. And what made you choose like that film, and what inspired you both to co-write the film?
Well, I wrote that script during the pandemic when I was like in quarantine in this apartment that had like no internet. So so I had like no distractions, and I just kind of like I had this story I wanted to tell. So like I put it down on paper, I sent it to Marissa. She liked the first draft, and then like everything you brought to the script, like really, I think not just like the queer elements that were brought into the script with your influence. I think you made the script way more well-rounded. You like added a lot of stakes to it, and it was just like, yeah, no, you killed it, honestly. Like I feel like the first draft, it like had good ideas, but like it definitely needed to be fleshed out. And as we were writing it, we felt like it was in line with sort of like what we wanted to do as a company. And then I'll also like, because it was a personal story of mine, that's just, the kind of stuff I'm interested in making. And I really wanted to make it. And I was really glad that you wanted to make it as well. And it was, it felt like something we could shoot easily in a couple of days. We already had a location for it. We had like other people, other film people that we knew in our circle that were like interested in working on it. So it came together pretty easily.
Yeah.
Oh wow, sweet. And for anyone who don't know about the film, like I know the film's playing on the like film festivals now, and
yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the film? Like, I know you don't want to give a lot away because it's still playing the festivals yet.
Yeah. So essentially it follows our main character, Erin. She is a queer Jewish novelist, sci-fi novelist.
Yes.
Who is headed home to Jersey for Passover and is deciding whether or not to tell her family a big secret.
Mm-hmm. About her career.
Yes.
About her career, of course.
Yeah. So yeah, it was so great like having you as the director too, because like I'm Jewish, so like I wrote that into the story because like it was true to me. You are not Jewish, but I feel like you really took that, you really like did your research and did your work to like make the film look like be as authentically Jewish as it could be. And like the way that we designed the set and everything like that, like I loved all the input that you had and all like the work you did. And Jess as well, Jess Dubois, one of our producers, and she also helped with like set dressing and stuff. We're like doing your research and like learning about Judaism and learning about like the symbolism of Passover. So yeah, that was cool. I did love that.
Yeah, it was a great learning experience too. And
yeah. So we actually, the reason we're together right now is because we have a film festival showing tomorrow, which is our third placement, which is great. And yeah, once we're done running it through festivals, we had this planned a while ago and then we canceled it, but we're gonna get it up and running again. We do want to do a YouTube premiere like on our YouTube channel once it's done running through festivals, get it up on our YouTube channel so like everybody can see it and see, what we're working on. And so we'll have more information on that like in a few months probably.
Oh, sweet. I love it. And when you both aren't writing and acting and directing, like what do you like doing during your free time?
Sleeping. I'm just kidding.
Disassociating.
Crying under my blanket. Just kidding. I love rock climbing. I'm very outdoorsy. I live in Vegas and I moved there specifically, not LA, because I like being outdoors and I'm like not being creative, like getting my serotonin from the sun and being active and stuff. Very, very active. Yeah.
Leah put her rock climbing skills to test last weekend.
Yeah, we all went rock climbing. Yeah.
What? No, you saved a cat from a tree.
Oh, I forgot about that. I thought you meant when we were rock climbing here. I climbed up a tree and I saved a cat in my neighborhood.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. And hoisted
she like
her
lifted
up into
me
a
up.
Tree. Yeah, it was so. I was out visiting Leah in Vegas to like plan some late bloomer stuff for like an upcoming short film that we're working on, and we were just like taking a walk around her apartment complex, and we hear. Like, I'm like, where is this cat? And we're like looking, like it sounds like it's coming from above us. And there's this cat just like perched in a tree, like,
and you could tell she's scared. Yeah.
So we're like, hello. So, anyways, we figured that the quickest and easiest way to do it was
get the cat ourselves.
Yeah, with the help of two very friendly neighbors.
Yeah.
We hoisted Leah up and she got the cat. We like tossed it out of the tree and we're holding blankets to like catch it. It was crazy.
So that's what I do in my free time. I save cats from trees, you know, just feel like a hero.
Puts the rock climbing skills to test.
Truly. Yeah. But I also thought in this experience, like we're out like trying to figure out this cat, and this cute girl walks out of her apartment, and I thought this was a meet cute. I thought I was gonna like meet this girl in my apartment complex. We're like gonna fall in love, and then like 5 minutes later her boyfriend comes out, and I was like womp, 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 but who knows, maybe it'll inspire a short film. It'll be like a real meet cute, you know,
a meet cat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you could definitely make a film about that, like a rock climbing cat saving person.
Yeah. Little rom-com. I could see it. Yeah.
That'd be fun. Someone asked me last night what I like to do in my free time, and I literally froze. I was like, I'll get back to you in 7 business days.
Like free time? What is that?
I was like, I like hanging out with my girlfriends and our cute dog Rosie. We live in Silver Lake, so I like taking walks, and I'll go rock climbing with her sometimes because my girlfriend also likes to rock climb.
Oh, nice.
Teaching myself some guitar, so I like to do that in my free time. And yeah, I have to play something.
Oh my God, we're gonna start a band.
And then just I am trying to work on just a little bit of writing for Butterscotch, which is our next film. Our next film that we're planning out. But yeah, and then I'm like, oh my God, I need more hobbies, but also I need more free time.
Yeah, the really free time. I feel like that's what's so difficult about being a creative person and like having like your hand in so many different pots, like doing so many creative things, is like the work-life balance is like, what is that? Yeah, it doesn't exist. Free time doesn't exist. Weekends aren't real, you know. It's tough, but you know. I
love coffee. If I have free time, I'm going to get a coffee somewhere. Yeah, 100%. That's where you'll find me. So.
Now, do you drink it black or with cream and sugar?
It's like I love a latte or a cappuccino. That's normally what I get when I go out. Okay. But I'll either drink it black if it's like really good coffee. I'll just go black, or I will add a little oat milk. That's no sugar though. I can't do like sweet coffee.
Me neither.
I used to back in the day.
Yeah.
That was my order at Dunkin' Donuts was like a medium caramelized coffee with cream.
Wow.
Every day. That was also when we were working at that crappy restaurant.
Yeah, there was a Dunkin' across the street.
That was my emotional support. Sweet treat every day.
And you were my emotional support.
Yeah, got me through. But then I was like, oh, this is a lot. Like I need to tone it down. And then now I like couldn't even imagine
sweet
drinking
coffee.
Sweet coffee.
No, I'm either black coffee or just a little bit of oat milk.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, something good came out of that bad place you both worked at.
Like,
truly. Like I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't not work there. I wouldn't like if I could go back in time. It's not like I would not go in there because you know, we got this friendship out of it and this working relationship as well. And we write so well together, which is really good. I feel like it's great to find people that you collaborate well with, and you know, like ego is not an issue. If like we're writing something and like we don't like an idea, we can just like skirt past it and like, you know, but I think we're really good at like coming up, you know, like
with concepts.
Yeah, coming up with concepts and just kind of like rolling through the ideas of like, what if this happens? What if that happens? And you know, like
allowing ourselves to be weird. And
go
outside of the box.
So the butterscotch script is coming along, but we've like backtracked so many times on like what we want it to be. But I think we're in a place now where like we know what it is. It took us a while to get there, but I think we know what it is now.
And what about like songs you both love listening to? Like, what are some of the songs that are on your playlist?
Songs.
Oh man,
I feel like we're both music lovers. Like we both really love music and love like all different kinds of genres.
I will listen to anything other than screamo music.
Oh, see, I like screamo.
But man, I'm really into like Coin and Hippocampus. Those are like two bands that I really like. Okay. But I love like pop punk.
Yeah.
And but I also love jazz music. It's all over
Paramore.
the place. Truly, Paramore is like one of my favorites.
Love Paramore.
Yeah, I love the whole This Is Why album. I'm so glad it won a Grammy this year.
I know, so good. They deserved it.
So many listening hours to that.
Yeah, I listened to that album many times.
Yeah, but yeah, SZA also amazing artist.
I won't stop talking about Renee Rapp. She's
so many.
She's better than she needs to be. Like, why are you that good?
I know.
Why are you that talented? Save some for the rest of us.
Truly, she ate it all up.
She truly did. my career icon at the moment.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And if you both were gonna do a karaoke song, what do you think you would sing together?
Together.
Did we
sing? No, we didn't. What happened? Why did I sing with you? Because I'm an egotistical biatch, and I wanted to. We were on a cruise and we did karaoke twice. So like the first time, you didn't end it because they didn't have like many. The song.
No, I sang A Whole New World.
No, the first time though. Remember, like the options were like terrible. No, we did sing together.
What did we sing?
What did we sing together?
Spice Girls.
That was it. It was tell me what you want, what you really want. I'll tell you what you want. Yeah, we were on this cruise. Their options were terrible. They like did not have a lot. So I was like, God damn, like because my go-to song is Alanis Morissette, You Ought to Know.
Oh,
that's my go-to.
Because you're actually talented and
you are too. But no, we did the Spice Girls on the cruise. I remember that. Yeah, and then you sang A Whole New World the next day with another one of our friends, and I sang I Will Survive.
Yes.
Is that what I sang? Yeah.
Leah brought down the house. Yeah. The entire place. She like sang one
note.
I
was getting compliments. Like we're like walking through the cruise. I remember this like 11-year-old girl come. I don't know how old she was. I don't know why I said 11.
You became
I have no idea. I literally became cruise famous. This girl comes in and she's like, "You have a really good voice," and I'm like, "She's definitely not talking about the Clown Cafe. Like I don't think she's seen it. She's probably talking about karaoke from last night."
Yeah, you were the belle of the cruise.
Yeah, I was getting compliments left and right. They're like, they don't even know who I am.
We were just talking about egos. So.
Yeah, no. I pretend I have a big ego. I don't really.
that would be funny though if you're over there saying, "Oh, they don't know who I am," then all of a sudden on like a big screen they put on Terrifier too.
Yeah, someone actually does know.
Like a jumbotron at a hockey game.
Well, yeah, I mean it's one of those things I say it all the time is like you either like if you know Terrifier you like know it or you've like never heard of it before.
That's
so it's
true,
like yeah,
right. Yeah.
You could go somewhere and someone like definitely knows who you are from it. Which is like crazy.
And if you two were gonna hang out and have a drink or two, like what's your drink of choice? What's your go-to?
We're like
Diet Coke. Yeah, I don't drink actually. Okay. I cannot remember the last time that I drank, honestly.
If I was out somewhere, I literally like have to have a drink to be in like large public situations where I'm expected to socialize. I have like really bad social anxiety with like big crowds. Yeah. So I would say, not that like, man, that sounds like I need alcohol. Just no. I like, don't need it.
You're like one of the few people I like would drink with, because I know like we would never have more than two.
No,
like ever.
No, never.
Because like I don't really like drinking. I've just drank so much in my life. I'm just like, ugh, I don't know how people deal with hangovers. It's like not my thing. Like I'll be spilling all my secrets. Like everyone will know way too much about me. So like I don't really like drinking, but like there's certain people I'm like, I could drink with you because I know I'll only have like two.
I literally like if I'm out, I'm like, I'm gonna treat myself and have a Shirley Temple. Like that's literally. Okay. But no, but if it had to be a drink, tequila soda, I would say is like a good tequila soda with extra lime is my go-to. But not more than two of those. That's for sure.
Truly no.
And what about food? Like, what's some of the foods that you both love to eat?
All of it.
Taco Bell. We went to Taco Bell last night.
Not to be dramatic, but I would die for Taco Bell.
I would die for Taco Bell too. We got Taco Bell last weekend and we got it last night for like a job well done. Like we went to this networking event. We did a great job. There's a Taco Bell across the street. Like what, you thought we were not going to go? Like of course we're going to go to Taco Bell.
It's not our fault. Taco Bell is right
literally
there.
right there. Yeah. You like just like utter the words Taco Bell and I'm like, yeah, I'll go.
It's like our superhero beacon. Like someone says it, we just appear.
I have a drawer in my fridge filled with Taco Bell sauces.
No, that is actually true. We drove through Taco Bell.
I'm like literally never gonna live this down.
They're like, do you want any sauces? And Leah's like, yeah, can I have like 6 of each?
And you're like, Leah, you have so many back home. I'm like, yeah, well, I need more. Put it on everything.
Yeah, but that was the first time I'd ever tried Taco Bell sauces.
Yeah, you gotta try the sauces.
Like, wow, I get it now. It's really good. But if like we're fine, okay, outside of Taco Bell, what is like?
I feel like we get ramen a lot, like when we're together.
Ramen, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There's a place in Silver Lake I'm obsessed with called Pine and Crane. It's Taiwanese food, and it's
very good. That's so good.
Very good. Yeah, anything with noodles.
Yeah.
Noodles or like tortilla, anything. If you have those 2 ingredients, I'm in.
Yeah, agreed.
I like it. And is there any place you would love to travel to that you haven't seen?
Only one?
No.
You could pick more than one.
Oh, well, I really want to go to New Zealand because I want to go to all of the set locations for the Lord of the Rings. Yes. I want to climb Mount Doom. That is my dream. But like, oh my God, that country is so expensive. And it's far to get to. But like, that's like number one. Or Korea, South Korea.
Ooh.
Because I have this delusion that if I go to South Korea, I'll run into one of the members of BTS and we'll become best friends.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
That won't happen, but I'm a little delusional to think that it would.
Listen, sometimes you have to be just Delulu enough.
Gotta be Delulu enough, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. I would say next up on my travel list, because I could not choose just one place, but next up on my travel list, I'd really like to go to Scotland.
Nice.
My friend, I've always like talked about Scotland, and my friend got me for Christmas like 2 years ago. She bought me like a small, like 1 square foot plot of land. So I'm actually technically a lady of Scotland.
Wow.
I own land there.
That's crazy.
So I need to go visit it
and like, stand in it.
The grass is probably so high at this point.
I know. No one's been taking care of your square foot of land.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go check it out. Just I don't know. It just seems so like romantic and old and.
Yeah, I went to Scotland once and it was I don't remember
the opposite.
Truly, I don't remember a thing. I don't remember seeing a thing in Scotland because the weather is so bad there, and like it's so windy and rainy.
Oh no!
You gotta make sure it's nice when you go.
See, it was like that when I went to Ireland last year, and it was kind of like that, like windy and rainy, but I loved it.
Yeah,
I was like, this is like so moody and fun, especially when you're surrounded by like all of this history.
It was gorgeous. I will say that.
these like medieval castles and
all the castles. Yeah, I would love
and the mountains too. The mountains are insane.
And everything's just like cozy there, you know.
Yeah.
It's perfect, but I don't know if I could live there full time.
No, oh my God. I need sunshine.
I need some sort of
yeah, ever
sunshine.
since moving out west, I'm like, anytime it rains, I'm like, ugh, no. It's like snowing on the East Coast. I'm like, not there.
Right.
I'm not going back in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And I'm a big horror fan, and I always like asking my guests this: are there any horror films that you both like to watch?
Ma'am.
Okay, so I've just been getting into horror films.
Okay.
We watched a great horror film 2 times. Creep 2.
Oh,
tell me you've seen Creep, right?
I've seen that. Yeah.
So Creep 1, I would consider a horror film. Creep 2
is my
comedy.
kind of movie.
That's like a comedy straight up.
I love
that
it.
movie,
like a horror comedy.
Oh my God, incredible! Like I love mixing genres like that, and I think horror and comedy like marry so well together.
Yeah,
that's such a good, such a good genre grouping.
It's such a, oh man, I loved that movie.
Yeah.
And it was so low budget. Like I love seeing low budget films.
Yeah, like the found footage, I really love that kind of horror film. Like any sort of like shaky cam sort of thing.
Yeah. POV sort of.
Yeah. Last night though, I was talking about Jennifer's Body, which is like one of my all-time favorites.
That was really good. I love that movie.
Jennifer's Body is one of those films where what we were basically saying about it, and I think a lot of people who like are familiar with the film kind of like know it's like history, where like it was not originally, it didn't do well. Like it did not originally do well.
No,
because like they didn't know what it was. They like didn't know how to advertise it. So they advertised it to like teenage boys, which is like not the audience of that film. That is like a woman's film. That is that is a girl's film through and through. But they didn't know, they didn't think that would sell well. But like I love how like through the years it started as like this cult like little classic thing, and now it's sort of like pretty mainstream, and it got like a resurgence, and like now people are like seeing the true artistry of that film. It's very, very good.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
It is good. Like we were talking about another horror, I guess it's also a horror comedy, is Bodies, which has Rachel Sennett in it, and we were talking about the movie Bottoms that she was just in, and then talking to said that like they watched Bottoms and then they watched Jennifer's Body, and Bottoms gave them like a new appreciation for Jennifer's Body, because they both have like similar commentaries about like the way that girls are like treated in high school. And so now I'm like dying to watch Jennifer's Body again, like with that, because we just watched Bottoms last week.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Which is not a horror movie, but well, it's got some blood.
Bottoms?
It's not a horror movie, but that's definitely a comedy. But
I like it too much for it to be horror.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I mean, I recently got into the Saw franchise. I like fell down that rabbit hole. Because I normally, like I said, I'm not really like into the slasher thing, and I don't consider Jigsaw to necessarily be a slasher, but it's gory. It's very gory.
It's very gory.
But the psychological aspect behind it, and like the like psychopathy of Jigsaw really intrigued me, and I watched those films in like a week, and I don't recommend that. My dreams were insane, scary. I was having like all these kidnapping dreams. It was like not good, but those movies are great. They're really, really good, and I like know why they're so popular. But I do close my eyes.
That's how I watch scary movies and like this.
Well, that was us when we watched, after we got cast in Terrifier, I came over and we watched it together. But what it was actually was I was sitting on the couch watching it. Marisa was like, but at some point you got up and you started cleaning your apartment. And you're like, just tell me what's happening. Just dictate it to me.
I can't be fully invested. Like I will literally turn my head and like watch the movie in a reflection of a window. Like I can't be like fully in it.
Yeah.
It scares me too much. But yeah. I watched Hereditary for the first time a few months ago.
That was really good, yeah.
Oh my God.
That one was creepy, but it didn't freak me out as much as The Conjuring. My sister years ago made me watch The Conjuring, and I didn't sleep for like months.
Those are really scary films. They are. They're really scary.
Didn't bother me. Like it was creepy in the moment, but I could get over it.
Yeah.
Conjuring did something to me. It messed with my DNA. It was not. Yeah, I was never the same since.
I truly remember nothing about Hereditary except for that one crazy death in the car.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
That did something to me. That ruined my life. That was horrific. And that wasn't even like the horror element.
The ending.
I literally don't even remember the ending. I just remember that death.
Oh my God. When the mom is like up in the corner, like,
oh yeah.
Oh God, yes. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see Stephen King's It? Pennywise the Clown?
Well, okay, so the newer one?
I've seen both.
Or
okay, you've seen either like
that was that was also the first Stephen King book that I read. I mean, I've read like a lot of his work, but I remember that was the first Stephen King book that I read. And yeah, I've seen both of the It's. I've seen the new ones multiple times. I think the like original series I maybe only saw the one time. But yeah, I mean, I love Stephen King. That's like I mean, everyone says that, and I feel like, you know, everyone's like, oh, bucket list item, like I want to be in a Stephen King production, but I'm like, but not everyone's a reader, you know, like, and I'm a reader, and I like devour his books and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, if I could be in a Stephen King thing, that would be so crazy. That would be insane. I'm working with someone who is in a Stephen King.
Oh, you are?
I'm working with Dee Wallace, who's in Cujo.
Oh my God, she's so awesome. Yeah.
I can't wait. That's going to be great.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
I'm 1 degree away.
Yes.
From Mr. King.
We're going to collectively manifest it right now. That
he has seen our faces, though, because he watched Terrifier. So Stephen King has seen our faces.
Nice.
Well, my face was like barely in the film. It was like covered in makeup. You know? Yeah, but he saw my face.
He saw those eyes.
Yeah. Crazy.
So who do you think will win, Pennywise or Art?
Ooh,
Pennywise.
I kind of agree with you.
Pennywise.
Well, because the thing with Pennywise, because Pennywise isn't a clown. Pennywise is a giant spider entity.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, like, we don't know Art's origin yet. We don't really know much about like where Art came from. But like, I think Pennywise would win.
Okay, all right.
Pennywise
He's got some more like magical stuff happening that could assist.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true.
I have never read the book. I don't know his origin other than
Pennywise's origin.
Yeah,
it's sort of vague, but you know, with it's like the Stephen King universe where like all the books sort of like coincide, and it was kind of like the first time you like heard about this origin story of this like demonic creature, which is Pennywise, but he portrays himself as a clown to like lure children and he like eats their souls or something.
Yeah, I think he'd win.
Yeah, I think he would win too. So obviously there's something supernatural about Art, but like we don't know what it is.
Yeah, true.
Maybe to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. The third film is going to be
right
out.
now. I know nothing about it. Damien said he was going to send me the script. I'm not in it, but he was going to send me the script just for funsies to read.
Not that you could say.
He never did. Yeah, that's what people say all the time. They're like, even if you knew, like, you would lie. And I'm like, yeah, but I truly don't know anything. I truly know nothing. People still think I'm in it. I'm like, dude, I'm not in it. Like, I'm not. If that changes, I'll let you know. But as of right now, I'm not in it.
And is there anything coming up for you both that you want to plug? Like any film, TV, your own production company, like anything you both are working on?
Yeah, I feel like there's like a decent amount of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I have a feature coming up. Like I said, the film I'm doing with Dee Wallace, it's called The Boy from Below. It's a horror movie. It's a slasher film. It's got a queer love story, which I'm one half of, which I'm very excited about. And that was a cool experience. Just like a very quick story on that was like originally there was no queer love story. And then the lead of the film said that their experience as this character would feel more authentic if their love interest was a woman, and the director, who is a straight man, was like, yeah, I'll do that for you. And I love that. That's like true allyship, and like that's incredible, and that's how I got the role. My co-star knew about Late Bloomer Pictures and had seen Terrifier, so they found me through that. So that's what I'm working on in a few weeks, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, that'll be very fun.
And then I just was in a short film called Euphoric, that we shot last, I think it was September 2023. that is going to start making its festival run here in a few months. So I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard from our director that it's really good. So
the poster's adorable.
The poster's
very cute. Yeah.
I'm screaming. It's actually like my first on-screen queer role. So I'm like so attached to this project because I'm like, oh, I get to like bring a part of me to it that I haven't yet done before. So I'm really excited to see this one. But we'll definitely share all of this news on Late Bloomer.
Socials.
But, yeah. And then for Late Bloomer together, Leah and I are working on our next short film called Butterscotch. We are currently in the process of writing the script for it. It's a rewrite. We like the concept. We did a pandemic version of this short film.
Yeah, we've technically already shot it, but like it can be better.
Yeah, we're really excited to like have a budget behind it and put a little bit more detail in it. So yeah, that's going to be our next project together. That we know of, unless there's something in the meantime that pops up.
Yeah. And like I said, like in a few months or so, we're going to do that YouTube premiere for When It Pays. So once it's done with festivals, we'll have it available for anyone who wasn't able to see it at festivals.
Awesome. And where could fans follow you both at?
I can be followed at Marisa.Bertani on Instagram.
And I'm at Leah Voysey. I'm on Instagram. And then I also have a YouTube channel that I post on twice a week. Horror stuff, cosplay stuff, general nerddoms on my YouTube channel. And then for Late Bloomer Pictures, at Late Bloomer Pictures on Instagram. And we're also on YouTube. Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for doing this. This has been so much fun.
Of course. Thanks for having us. I'm glad we worked it out.
I know.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely have a great weekend and a fun time. I think you're at like a film festival now, right? Yeah. So definitely have fun with that.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
It was great meeting you.
Yeah, it was really good meeting you. Thank you.
Of course. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.